Hello. I wanted to go over with you real quickly what Chess.com tournament directors can and cannot do. Now, after we've set that tournament up and we are in the registration phase, meaning the tournament has not started yet, almost anything can be changed. We can change the settings to let you into a tournament. We can change the number of games to be played simultaneously. I can increase or decrease the size of the tournament or the size of the groups, any given number of things. What we cannot do is adjust the theme. And what I mean by theme is this. Is this a standard chess tournament? Is this a Chess 960 tournament? Or is this a thematic tournament, meaning the first few moves are already made for you and you are playing a specific opening? Those are three things that cannot be changed. Whatever that board looks like when you sign up for the tournament, that's what it's going to look like when the tournament starts. Once that registration begins, that cannot be changed. Anything else can be changed, though in most cases your tournament director is not going to be willing to change that because each of us had a vision in mind of the kind of tournament we wanted to run when we signed up for or when we created the tournament. It never hurts to ask. Also, if you are having trouble getting into a tournament, go ahead and shoot the tournament director a query and ask him or her why. There are settings that do filter out who can sign up for the tournament. It can be anything from your timeout percent, your minimum number of games played, your average move speed in your online chess, whether or not you are a premium member, and whether or not you've received an invite. Now, these things can be changed or invitations can be sent to let you into a tournament. It never hurts to ask. Normally, once the tournament is in the registration phase, generally what the tournament director does is send out invites, remove unwanted contestants, which a tournament director can do that at a whim at this stage. He goes to a link called Manage Players and just clicks a little red X, and voila, that person is removed from the tournament. We can also, of course, make comments and delete comments that other people make they find inappropriate, and also issue news releases. Other than those four things right there, invite, remove, comment and delete comments, and issue news, he basically just waits until that tournament is full. Now, when the tournament is full, or when it automatically starts according to the settings that the tournament director has already put into play, well, the tournament is now in progress. Once that tournament is in progress, there's really nothing about that tournament that the tournament director can change. Everything is locked down. Now, one of the things that we can do is that we can remove a player from a tournament. Now, this is not something we do lightly. We generally have to have a pretty good reason to do this. And even if we do decide to do this, it's pretty tricky. It's tricky because a tournament director cannot remove a player when that player has tournament games in progress. So they must have finished all of their tournament games. Now, we know that when all the tournament games are completed, the tournament advances to the next round, you get new pairings, and you get a whole bunch of new games set up on your online chess window or page, and those are now games in progress. So, as a tournament director, if I chose to withdraw a member from a tournament, I have that very narrow window between the time they have all of their games completed and the time that the next round begins where that can actually be done. In my case, the only time that I actually do that is when a person has entered my tournament, and because of a low number of games played on Chess.com, their rating score does not correctly reflect their true talent. when I see something like that, I will try to remove that player. So say like I have a tournament started where I only allowed under 1,200 players, under 1,200 rated players to join. Somebody's played one game on chess.com. He has a rating of 1225. He joins my tournament, and then later on down the road here, a couple rounds later, all of a sudden his rating is 1875. If I remove that player, then that will not hurt that player's rating. If that player willfully withdraws, he's going to take a hit on his rating, and a pretty good one, and I'll tell you why. All of his games in progress will be resigned. His ratings will drop according to those resignations, and then the system does something else really nasty to him. It averages out what it anticipates would have been the games he would have resigned within the upcoming rounds, and penalizes that person accordingly. I was once at a rating of about the 1225 mark, somewhere in there. I was getting overwhelmed with the number of games that I was playing. I withdrew from 3 tournaments, and after withdrawing from 3 tournaments, I saw an online score of 1058. So, any contestant who has the integrity to voluntarily withdraw from a tournament that he or she is involved in, they're taking a hit on their rating, and as far as I'm concerned, I think they deserve a thank you for doing something like that, because they are sacrificing hard work at raising their ratings, getting games won, in order to be a fair player. So if you do see that, I would suggest go ahead and drop them a quick line of thanks. Now, some of the other things that I am asked to do is something that I cannot do. Sometimes cheaters do make their way into these games. Now, when a cheater is found on chess.com, their account is closed, and a little icon appears next to their name that says that chess.com caught them cheating. Well, then I will get messages asking if I can alter the losses that my contestants gained against this dishonest player. I'm also asked sometimes if I can fix their rating score back to where it was before they took this unfair loss and lost their rating points. Neither one of those are anything that I am able to do. No tournament director is able to do those things. In fact, those 2 requests, not even staff is able to do. So basically, once the tournament is in process, I can send out news alerts. I can comment in the comments, and I can remove comments, moderate them. If I catch a player within a given time window, I can remove them from the game or from the tournament. But other than that, I have no more control. Other than those things I've stated, I have no more control over the tournament than you do.